Hello and good morning and welcome to another episode of Cricut and Budgeting by Wendy. That's me. And we know that. Well, last week, if you watched the episode, we went across the left side and I kind of talked a little bit about what each of these icon and images meant. I was going to go and do the top, but I thought, let's have some fun today. What are we going to do? Well, first, I would like to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Last time I checked, 11 away from 250. Ooh, excitement. And my watch hours are up there too, but Monday we'll check in and get the correct amounts. Well, what are we going to do today? Well, some of you know that have gotten Happy Mail from me this past month. They got a scratch off. So we're going to recreate this scratch off. I'm going to show you how in Cricut Design Space. Of those who received it, there was some writing on the back. I created it, yep. This picture my granddaughter took, and I think I got the last one a little mixed up. These stickers, my sister sent me some Happy Mail, and these stickers were in it. She got me gold ones, silver ones, and these holographic ones. And when that package came in the mail, I knew I hadn't been spending any money. I couldn't figure out why I was getting a package from Amazon. So I opened it up, and here it was these stickers from my sister with a little note. So I thought, well, I'm going to make scratch off and send them off in a few cards to some of the people who have P.O. boxes. And I did. So it was kind of like a sister thing and a granddaughter thing, with me creating into a scratch off. Now on this one, I have no clue what the numbers are underneath here. Because when I was making scratch offs, I left the numbers off. And I asked my husband to please put numbers in the circles that were on this picture and then cover it with the scratch off. So if you'd like to find out and curious what numbers are underneath these scratch-offs, watch me on Fridays and we'll see what my husband did. I did tell him nothing higher than a 20, so hopefully he listened a little bit to me. Let's get started on creating this. Because I already had the image preloaded into Cricut Design Space from a different project. I just went to the left underneath Upload and clicked on Upload where all my images are. And they don't show them all. To see all your images, you would just click where it says Recent Uploads on the left. Next to it is View All. Click on View All, and all your images that you have ever uploaded will be there. Now, you can use an image right from Cricut Design Space. That'll just be for another episode. I'll show you how to create other ones than a design you uploaded already. I just figured I'd start out with an easy one. Well, for me. And just scroll through your images to find the one that you would like. Now this picture here, if you can see it, this is my oldest brother. My sister, the one that was down this past weekend and opened her box from Lady Di. Yep, this one is me. And then my middle brother, he came after me. and then our baby brother. That was our family group. All 5 of us kids are actually together. It's been a few years since that has happened. And these are our parents, our mother and our father. Yes, they are both deceased. Now let's go back to finding the picture. Oh, another squirrel coming up. These pictures, these are taken from where I work at. Because as some of you know, I now work at Paul Bunyan Land. And I get to see this guy Friday through Tuesday. And here's the picture that I used. Now, if we know that we are in images and we click on the picture, it takes a green square, puts a green square around our picture. And then on the bottom right, we have to upload it. Well, for here in our images that we uploaded ourselves, we just hover our cursor over the image. It says add to canvas. We click on that and click view. And it'll bring us back to our canvas with our picture. And there it is. Now this picture, I believe, is the pond that is out back on our neighbor's property. Well, to make this scratch off to fit into an A2 size envelope, now I know my cards are all 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I made the picture 1/4 of an inch smaller. So on size, I unlocked in width because I wanted my picture to go this way and not this way. So you put the largest size in first, which was 5.25, which is 5 1/4. And then in height, I put 4 and hit enter. And now I have my image in this direction and not this direction. That's all I did with that picture for now. Then I went over to shapes and I grabbed a circle. And when I was looking at the packages for these scratch offs, they said they're 1 inch. So my circles underneath size, and because it's a circle in width, I typed in 0.75 and hit enter. Now that circle is 1/4 inch smaller than my scratch offs. Now this picture is way bigger than our image. That's because this one's been printed and this is in Cricut Design Space. And underneath operations, that solid square, yep, I turned my circle to white. Now you could change it to any color you want. Maybe you'd like your circles pink. We know whose favorite color that is. And let's leave them pink, because then we'll be able to see our number over it. And we know we need, well, you can do as many circles as you want. I chose 6, and then I kept the denominations nothing higher than a 10. Well, you know, anybody can do it. So there's our circle. And we are going to take and make, we need our image, our text box, which is on the left. So we need some numbers to go into that circle. Click into the text box, back out the little backspace so you get rid of the word text because we don't want that. We're going to type in the number 5. And on operations, the solid square, that's kind of a gray color. We're going to do ours black. Now we have a black 5. And look, it's too big. Well, there's 2 ways you can shrink that 5 down. One is coming up to size, clicking on the little black arrow next to your number, the bottom black arrow, and it shrinks it. Or this square on here, you can just pull that out and in to get it to the size you need. That's still too big. You just kind of adjust it to where it looks, where you think. I just been clicking off onto like outside off of this so I can check to see. That looks like a pretty good size to me. And we're going to highlight both of them. Come up to the line that's on the top. Click the little black arrow so our panel comes down. And we're going to hit center. I just thought that looked a little bit nicer when they were centered. And then underneath layers on the right, the very first set of double squares here, we're going to click. That groups our 5 and our circle together so we can move it together. And then to make it really simple, we're going to come to this second set of squares with the plus. It's going to, and click on it, and it's going to make us another 5. There. Now you could do all 5s if you would like, but we're going to go on to some other ones. And then for simple, make it simple, we're going to click on just the circle, come up to duplicate it. You can do that. We're going to duplicate it a few times so we have, let's see, 4 more circles because we're going to do 6 numbers on here again. I gotta grab a drink of water. Excuse me. Lucky I have my ice water next to me. Let's see. We're going to take, yep, we need the text box again. Click into it. Backspace. And we're going to choose 9. And up to our colors again. We're going to do that darker, deeper black. And then, for making it simple again, we're going to duplicate our number 9 because it's the right color we want. And we're going to go back up to the first 9. We're going to double click on it. That'll highlight it. Then we're going to click inside the square. No, we are not. We're leaving that 9 as a 9. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're just going to take that 9 and we're going to bring it over to a circle. And yep, it's too big. So we know we can either click that little arrow right there and we can see our number is getting smaller. Or we can take this square here and shrink it in. And then we just highlight it on a line, brings our panel up, click on center. Looks pretty good to me. And then over to the right again and group. Then we can put it wherever we would like on our image. Now, this is where we double click on our 9 so it's highlighted, then click inside the box, backspace, and we're going to click a 1. We're going to keep this at a $30 amount one, so our numbers need to equal all up to 30 when we are done. And we already know this 1 is big. So we just grab our square and shrink it down. We'll highlight the two by just click. When I highlight, I push my left mouse button down, drag it over and up, and that highlights it. Then align, click on the little arrow, panel pops up, and we hit center. And it looks like that one is just a little bit too big, so we just click on it. And now that's too small. That's too big. Our one is going to give us some trouble today. Just do it by hand. Now that looks better. Now we'll just highlight it again. Click center. And yep, back over to layers, the very first set, and group it. Let's put that over here on our picture. And we'll grab the next 9, double click so it's highlighted, then a third click, backspace, and let's do 7. It's already our color. We just need to size it to fit on our circle, which we know we'll bring it down. And I'm just going to grab this square in the corner here and kind of eyeball it at first, and then I click off to see how it looks. I think it's looking okay. We got pink all the way around it. And then highlight it, come up to align, click on the little triangle, our panel pops up, hit center. Still looks good. Over to layers and group it. That is so when we grab this to put it on to here on our picture, it stays together. Now we'll grab our last 9, double click to highlight it, then do a third click kind of to the side, backspace, and we know 7 and 3 is 10. So now we'll have a $30 scratch off. And yep, we shrink it again. Whoops, we don't want to get it bigger. We want it smaller. Just a little bit more. And then highlight it. Center and layers first set, group it. And you can bring it over to here. Now for this here one, I said there was no numbers in there. So I just put the 6 blank circles on there. And then from this point, we just highlight it. We come down to the bottom right and click on flatten. We have, well, we know that my Cricut Design Space is always set up for Maker because that's the machine that is off to my left. So there's my machine highlighted. Otherwise, we would just click the down arrow. And for the machine that you have, you would click on it. But the Cricut Joy, this does not work for because Cricut Joy cannot do print and cut. Then you click Make It, which is next to where machine you choose. And there's our panel. Well, let's say you wanted to make 2 of these. Well, you could have duplicated it before coming here, but what if you forgot? Then, oh, I want to make 2. Project copies. It has a 1 in there and a black arrow. Just click on it. And then below is the green word apply. And now you have 2 of them. And 2 will fit on your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Then you would click continue and it'll walk you through the steps. I'm not doing that today because we've done that. And you would just walk through the steps. Print it out. You would make sure that when you hit print, bleed off. You don't want your project to be distorted. I'm going to click cancel. And if you did want to make 2 different ones, before we would click make it, we're going to unflatten this. We're going to just highlight the image. We're going to duplicate the image, which is the second set. Then we're going to reflatten this because we don't want to distort that. Flatten it. And then you just go through the steps again. For shapes, click on it, brings our panel up, and you can choose any shape you want. I just chose circles because my scratch-offs were circles. And you can make them circles any color you like. White, pink, blue, orange, whatever colors that are in that panel. And then, like I said, I chose mine because I know that these circles were 1 inch, and I wanted to make sure that that circle covered my circle. My scratch-off circle would cover my white circle or pink circle. I chose 0.75, which is a 3/4 inch circle. And then I duplicated it. The circles for however many you want. Now this size of circle is for this size of scratch off. What if your scratch offs are 3/4 inch? Well, you could use a 3/4 inch circle, and I could have used a 1 inch, but I chose to make them smaller so that it was easier, so I could get them all covered. Now see, you could just do that and highlight it and flatten it. But we're going to put one more on there. That one down there, I'm going to bring that one a little up. And then we're going to highlight it. And for me, highlighting, all I do is I put my cursor over to the left of the image. I click down my left button on my mouse, drag it to the right and up. And then come down to the bottom and flatten. And yes, this here is what this one looked like. And click, you got your machine, and click make it. And now you have 2 on there. So if you have somebody in your house that would be willing to put numbers in for you, you can make all kinds of scratch-offs and have them put numbers on and give them the stickers. Then you won't know what numbers are underneath there. And just go through the steps and make sure your bleed is off. I'm just going to back out of here because I don't need to print them off. So, 2 will fit on a piece of paper. You can leave them blank if you would like somebody else to fill them out. You can put the numbers on yourself if you're sending it to somebody and put the scratch-offs on. And now, I guess that is, if there's any questions, you can leave them below in the comment section, and I will try to answer them. We'll do another video of scratch-offs where I'll take an image from Cricut Design Space, and we can even do one where it's a full page scratch-off. And yes, we'll get back to describing what all these stuff is across the top, but I wanted to do something fun for you today. So I'll see you on Friday where we'll scratch off one of these to see what the husband put underneath there for me. So I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll say bye, and everybody have a great Wednesday.